All right, so continuing on page 8, we have some rational expressions. So to simplify a rational expression, we have to factor all the terms, and then we can cancel out the like terms in the numerator and the denominator. So x squared plus 5x minus 4, we need numbers to add up to be 5 and multiply to be negative 14. Okay, so you should know how to do it in your calculator now, so I'm just going to say what they are. And if you want, you can practice using the calculator. So this is a plus and a minus. Okay, the factors of 14 are 7 and 2. Okay, now that adds up to positive 5, which we needed. Multiplies negative 14, add up to 5. The denominator is a difference of 2 squares. So it's x minus 2, x plus 2. And then we can cancel the x plus 2 and the x plus 2. And the answer is x plus 7 over x plus 2. Okay. Number 2, the numerator is a difference of 2 squares. 2x minus 1 and a 2x plus 1. And in the denominator, we have our friend Mr. Greatest Common Factor. We take out a 5. This is a 2x minus 1. The 2x minus 1's cancel, and we end up with 2x plus 1 over 5. Okay, now when we jump to multiplication, we can do the same thing, except that we can go across the multiplication sign and cancel out a factor in any numerator and any denominator. So let's see how this looks. The 2x squared plus 12x has a common factor of 2x. So you divide that, this becomes x plus 6. Okay, the denominator has a factor of 4. And this becomes x plus 2. Okay. Now we can multiply. This one becomes a minus and a plus. These are factors multiply to be negative 12, right? Negative 12, and add up to be negative 4. So those two factors are negative 6 and positive 2. And then we have x minus 6 and x plus 6, right? It's the difference of 2 squares. And I just like to do it from left to right. So the 2 and the 4 cancel, and we're left with 2. And x plus 6 and x plus 6. All right. And then the x plus 2 and the x plus 2 and the x minus 6 and the x minus 6. And I'm just noticing on my answer sheet that I factored out, for some reason, an x in the denominator. But the answer is x over 2. Okay, I may have that wrong on the answer key that I posted. Number 4, we have 3 minus x and 3 plus x. It's the difference of 2 squares. The denominator, we can take out a 2x squared, and we have x minus 3 times. The top is not a difference of 2 squares because of the x isn't a perfect square, so we can take out 2x from both of them. Oh, actually, we could take out a 4x. Let's take out a 4x. Is our greatest common factor, and we're left with x minus 1. And then we have x plus, x minus. The factors of negative 3 are 3 and 1, and that adds up to the 2 that we need in the middle. Now, when these two are canceled, this one and this one, this becomes negative 1 up here. Okay? X plus 3 and 3 plus x and x plus 3 cancel and become 1 and 1, not negative 1. The 4x, this cancels. We could divide by 2x, and this becomes 2. Okay, and that cancels with this, which becomes x. And then the x minus 1 and the x minus 1. So in the numerator, we have negative 1 times 2. And in the denominator, we have x. So this is negative 2 over x. All right, now, with division, we have to do one little thing in between, right? I'm going to just rewrite it, keep the first fraction, right? So you don't change that. You just write it as exactly as it is. We're going to change division to multiplication, and we're going to flip these two around, right? The inverse. So you have 2x plus 10 and x squared minus 16. All right, now we can factor. It's on the top. This becomes x plus and an x minus. The factors of 8 are 4 and 2, and that'll add up to the positive 2. And the denominator, we take out an 8, and this is x minus 2. On this side, we could take out a 2. This becomes x plus 5. And on the bottom is the difference of two squares, x minus 4, x plus 4. All right, so let's see what we can cancel out. An x plus 4, an x plus 4. X minus 2, x minus 2. We could divide 2 by 2 and get 1. We could divide 8 by 2 and get 4. And that's about it. So we have left over on the top is x plus 5. And then the denominator is 4 times x minus 4. Okay? You can't cancel those out. So your answer, you could write it like this, or you could distribute the 4 on the bottom. It's x plus 5 over 4x minus 16. All right, so let's do another one, right? We keep the first term, keep the first fraction. We keep the 10x squared plus 40x. Change to multiplication. Flip the second one. X squared plus x minus 12. All right, that was that great soul music. Keep change, change. You change, a fool. All right. Enough of the entertainment value around here. Stinks. All right, let's do our factoring. This one has a common factor of 5x. Okay, this is a 3. So we can take out a 5x squared. And we're left with x minus 2. Whoops. Over 10x. X plus 4. This factors to x plus 4 times x minus 3 over x minus and an x minus. That'll give us the positive 6 at the end. So this is 3 and 2. Minus 3 minus 2. All right, so what can we factor? The 5 and the 10 becomes a 1 and a 2. This becomes x. That cancels out. X minus 2. X plus 4. X minus 3. So we're left with x over 2. All right, now to add two rational expressions, we have to have the least common denominator. So in this case, it's both of these binomials multiplied to each other. Right? Some people say just cross them. Just multiply the 5 times x plus 1. It's really not proper, but yes, when they're this simple of fractions, it does work, right? Because we're eventually going to multiply this by 5 times x plus 1 plus 3 over x plus 1 times x minus 1 over x minus 1. All right, so our denominator is going to be x minus 1 times x plus 1, because we'll have that on both sides. This is an x over here. Okay, so we're going to distribute this. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is minus 3. Okay, now if we add the like terms, we have 5x plus 3x, we have 8x. And we have 5 minus 3, which is plus 2, all over x minus 1, x plus 1. Okay, and basically, that's all you could do. I mean, you could factor out a 4 on this side, a 2 on this one, and you get 4 x plus 1 over x minus 1, x plus 1. All right, and page 9. Let's do page 9 together, and we'll call the end of this video. And then we'll just have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, which I'll do tomorrow morning. All right. Which of the following equations could model the quadratic graph shown below? All right. Well, it can't be 2 because that's an upside down parabola because of the negative sign. Same with 4. It's a negative sign. So then I would take my calculator, right? We also have a negative y-intercept, right? So down here, but both of these have a negative y-intercept. So what we really should do is find this turning point, right? And you could do negative b over 2a, negative b over 2a, right? So for number 1, you would put in negative 1 over 2, right? Which is right because it's on the negative side. It could be that one. Number 3 is negative 2 over 2. Right? This becomes a positive 2 over 2, which is a positive 1, right? And this turning point is not in that quadrant. Right, it's not on the positive side, it's on the negative side. So this has to be number 1. Okay, and I'm just going to check it because something seems wacky, but you can check it on your calculator. Right, you can go into y equals. We can clear this and put in x squared, and I think we did this in class, plus x minus 6. We'll take this one out. And if we graph this, we notice it's right here. Right, which is negative 0.5, negative 6. Right, if we put the other one in, if we put x squared minus 2x plus 6, and we graph that one, we could see the turning point's all the way up over there, so that wouldn't match. So it has to be 1. All right, which of the following represents the expression that is equivalent to these two distributive properties, right? So let's distribute this. This is 12x squared. This is minus 15x. If we distribute a negative 2, this becomes negative 8x plus 10. All right, so we have 12x squared, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, minus 23x plus 10, which is choice number 4. All right, so how do we factor this one, right? We go 3 times negative 2, 35 times negative 2. We need two numbers. 35 times negative 2 is negative 70. And add up to be 9. All right, I'm going to use my calculator to find those. You know, if you could do them in your head, that's great. I go back to the y equals screen. I'm going to clear this one. I'm going to clear this one. Again, so I have to put in negative 70 divided by 2. Okay? I mean, not 2, divided by x. Let's delete this, divided by x, right? And that'll give us our two factors. But we want these two factors, x plus y1. So we're going to go to vars, move it over, 1, 1, right? And we're going to look in this last column, we're going to look for what's added up to, which is 9. Right, so let's go second table, second, oh, I keep hitting y, second table, and we're looking for a positive 9, which is this one here. So this becomes x plus 14 and x minus 5 are our factors. And then we have to divide them both by 35. Okay, so I'm going to go quit this, and I'm going to go fraction, right? 14 in the numerator and 35 in the denominator. Hit enter. I have to change mine, but 0.5 is a half, right? What is it? What was it, 0.5? Okay, here we go. This is 2/5. All right, so this is x plus 2/5. And the other one, 5 over 35 is x minus 1/7. 1 over 7, 1/7. I'm going to make this like this so you can see it, 1/7. So if we write it into how we want it, this is 5x plus 2 times 7x minus 1. All right, so this was choice 5x plus 2, 7x minus 1 was choice 2. All right, so I'm going to just move those out of here now. If we look at this, we have 4x. We have 3x plus 1. And we have x minus 2. So we want to find the values we put in for x that'll make this 0. Each one of these terms 0. So for the first one, x is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. This one is negative 1 over 3. And the third one is x is equal to 2. So we have a negative 1/3 is the smallest, 0, and 2. All right, so this was choice number 2. All right, number 5. We have determine what the x-intercepts are. So the x-intercept happens when this is 0. Right, when y is 0. So we have 2x to the second minus 5x minus 3. All right, I mean, you could plug all those in and see which ones make them work. I'm going to do it by factoring. So I'm going to do 2 times negative 3. So multiply to be 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. And add up to be negative 5. All right, so 0 is equal to x minus a number and x plus a number. Okay, 2 numbers that multiply up to be negative 6 and add up to be negative 5 are 6 and 1. All right, that gives us negative 6. And if you add them, it's negative 5. And then we're going to divide by 2. Divide by 2, we get 0 is equal to x minus 3 and 2x plus 1. All right, so this is x equal to 3 and x is equal to negative 1/2. That'll make those zeros. So negative 1/2 and 3 is choice number 3. All right, I'm going to stop this now.